Hi, friends. Welcome back to Gracefully Glowing with Angela. If you're new here, my name is Angela, and I help women over 50 navigate skincare and makeup with simple, practical tips that help you look and feel your best. Today, we're talking about a makeup frustration that I hear all the time. Angela, why does my concealer crease so much now? Maybe you've noticed that concealer that used to look beautiful suddenly settles into your fine lines, looks cakey, or it makes your under eye area appear older instead of brighter. If that sounds familiar, you're not imagining it. The good news is that it usually isn't the concealer itself. Often it's a combination of changes in our skin and a few application habits that need some updating. Today, I'm going to share the most common reasons concealer creases more after 50 and what you can do to get smoother, more natural looking results. As we age, our skin naturally changes. We produce less oil, lose collagen and elasticity, and the skin under our eyes become thinner and drier. The under eye area is already one of the most delicate parts of the face, so these changes tend to show up there first. And that means makeup that worked perfectly 10 or 20 years ago may not work the same today. And that's okay. It just means that we need to adjust our techniques. Number one, under eye dryness. One of the biggest causes of creasing is dryness. When the skin under your eyes is dry, concealer has a hard time blending smoothly. Instead, it tends to cling to dry patches and settle into the fine lines. Think about trying to paint a dry, cracked wall. The cracks show through no matter how much paint you add. The same thing happens with concealer. Before applying any concealer, make sure you're giving your under eye area some hydration. Use an eye cream or moisturizer and allow it a few minutes to absorb before moving on to makeup. You'll often find that hydrated skin needs less concealer and looks much smoother. Number two, too much product. Now, this is probably the most common mistake I see. Many of us learn to apply a large triangle of concealer under our eyes. While that technique was popular for years, it often doesn't work well on mature skin. The more product that you apply, the more product there is to settle into lines and wrinkles. Instead, try applying small dots only where you actually have darkness. Usually, that's near the inner corner of the eye and perhaps a little at the outer corner. Start with less than you think you need. You can always add more, but it's much harder to take it away. For mature skin, less is almost always more. Now, number three, the wrong shade. Many women choose a concealer that's far too light because they want to brighten the under eye area. But when concealer is too light, it can actually draw attention to texture, dryness, and fine lines. A concealer that's only one shade lighter than your skin tone usually gives a much more natural result. The goal isn't to create a bright white patch under the eyes. The goal is to soften darkness and create a refreshed appearance. When the shade blends seamlessly with your skin, everything looks smoother and more youthful. Number four, setting powder mistakes. So let's talk about powder because this is where many women accidentally age themselves. Years ago, we were taught to set concealer heavily with powder to prevent creasing. But mature skin is different. Too much powder can emphasize every line, every wrinkle, and every dry patch. Instead of making the under eye area look smooth, it can make it look heavy and textured. If you use powder, use a very small amount. And honestly, some women over 50 find their concealer looks better with little or no powder at all. Experiment and see what works best for your skin. The goal is a soft, natural finish, not a completely matte one. Now, a quick note before we continue. If you're feeling overwhelmed trying to figure out what works for your skin, I want you to know that you don't have to do it alone. I offer free one-on-one virtual skincare and beauty consultations for women who want help creating a routine that fits their skin and their goals. We'll talk about your concerns, answer your questions, and create a simple plan that works for you. They're completely free and there's no obligation to purchase anything. I just love to help. I'll put the details in the description below. Now, let's talk about application. Number five, application. Techniques matter. How you apply concealer can make a huge difference. One mistake many women make is rubbing or dragging the product across the skin. The under eye area is delicate, and excessive pulling can make makeup look uneven. Instead, gently tap the product into the skin using your ring finger, a small brush, or a damp makeup sponge. Tapping helps the concealer blend into the skin rather than sitting on top of it. Another helpful tip is to blend immediately after application rather than letting the concealer sit for too long. And after blending, look straight into the mirror and gently tap away any product that has settled into the lines before it dries. This is a simple step that can dramatically reduce creasing throughout the day. Now, here's a bonus tip: accept a little movement. Here's something nobody talks about enough. Every concealer will crease a little. We smile, we squint, we blink thousands of times a day. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is minimizing creasing and creating a natural, refreshed appearance. Don't chase a completely line free under eye area. Instead, focus on healthy looking skin that enhances your natural beauty. So let's recap. If your concealer is creasing more after 50, remember these 5 things. Hydrate the under eye area first. Use less product. Choose a shade that's only slightly lighter than your skin. Avoid heavy powder. Apply and blend gently. Small changes can make a big difference. Now, I hope these tips help you get a smoother, brighter, more natural looking concealer results. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is your biggest under eye challenge? Is it creasing, dark circles, puffiness, dryness, or finding the right products? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might enjoy it too. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep glowing gracefully. Bye, friends.